Let me start this video by saying this. Antwerp came into this match against Barcelona knowing that they were one of the best teams in the Belgium league, right? Their run of games, right? In the past 11 matches, they were almost unbeaten. Since the game on July 23rd in the Super Cup, Antwerp only lost once. They only lost once. All other games were either a tie or a win, and many people in the media were thinking that Antwerp were going to give Barcelona a hard time and maybe make Barcelona win 1-0 or maybe even 2-1. They thought that Antwerp were going to do something, that Barcelona were not going to do anything in their Champions League debut this season. They were also known for being ranked in second place in terms of the amount of goals allowed against them with a total of 0.7. And now we sit here today looking at Barcelona putting in a total of 5 goals against Antwerp, making them look like if there were some team from 3rd division. Antwerp is a very respected club, and so to see Barcelona score 5 goals, like really 5 goals, and in that fashion, Barcelona is so back, my friends. Barcelona is so back that I just think that Barcelona can do a lot of things in this Champions League campaign that will satisfy many Barcelona fans. Like, I'm not saying that Barcelona have the capability to for sure win the Champions League, but we can tell you one thing: we will be very competitive this season for all competitions because Barcelona look very fired up mentally, spiritually, football wise, everything all around. These players really want to win. Now, let's not get too high off our own supply. Let's continue to be focused, but let's also cherish these moments because we never thought that Barcelona were going to see this type of level again. But with Joao Félix, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Frenkie, Gundogan, Xavi, Alejandro Balde, you can never say never. These players will get it done. So we saw a starting 11 that was very technical. Xavi Hernandez for once did use a midfield 3 that did not contain a real true defensive midfielder. We had Frenkie, Xavi, and Gundogan, with Frenkie being the lone pivot of this match. We had obviously Cancelo coming in to the midfield to accompany Frenkie de Jong every time Frenkie de Jong had the ball and he had possession and he had to sit between the center backs. But there was massive support all around and it really did work. I want to see more of this. I want to see more of this double pivot between Cancelo and Frenkie. They really do understand each other when they do have possession of the ball. And so immediately from that time, like in the first 4 to 5 minutes, we knew that Barcelona were going to be very dominant. Very dominant. They were very intense in the first 30 minutes. And before you know it, Barcelona found the first goal very early. We saw a mix between Xavi, Lewandowski, Gundogan, and Joao Félix to score the first goal. Gundogan found Felix free right outside the box. Felix cuts in and shoots the ball to the bottom left corner. We move on towards the second goal. Frenkie de Jong finds a through pass through multiple players, very Xavi-like type of pass. Joao Félix again receives the ball. He cuts in, passes it towards Lewandowski, and then there you go. Lewandowski scores the second goal. Those type of plays that Joao Félix did put in within the first 2 goals was very Ronaldinho-like. Now, I'm not saying that Joao Félix is at the level of Ronaldinho, but the style that Joao Félix likes to play is very much inspired by Ronaldinho because of the way that he does pass and the way that he does score. He also likes to do like these tricks. We saw him try to put a ball over one of the players, but then that player had to like tackle Joao Félix to the ground, but it was very Ronaldinho-like and it's very exciting. It's very entertaining, very effective, and fits in like a glove for Xavi Hernandez's system. So we had 2 goals very early, and already Joao Félix found 1 goal and provided 1 assist, and Lewandowski found a goal that he needed very early in the match because he is finding his form. Lewandowski is back. The Lewandowski that we saw and we signed back on August 2022 is finally back, and we're here for it. So this whole attack was so amazing that at some point through the first 30 minutes, Barcelona did not even really need Rafinha. It was all about that left side between Alejandro Balde, Xavi, Frenkie, Gundogan, Lewandowski, and Joao Félix. And so it's just crazy, right? Like 2 months ago, we were talking about how Joao Félix maybe should not come to Barcelona because of his attitude, because of the way that he couldn't fit with Chelsea, he couldn't fit with Atletico Madrid. So there were doubts. We even heard some rumors about Xavi Hernandez debating on whether they should sign Joao Félix, but now here we are. Joao Félix continues to put out day in, day out world-class performances and puts Barcelona over the top. And you know what I like the most about Joao Félix is not only is he giving out goals and assists, but when he does that, he still continues to look very focused. He doesn't get too high off of his own supply. He doesn't get lazy after scoring 1 goal, or he gets lazy and just tries to like be very relaxed after putting out 1 assist. He continues to be focused. He has a good attitude and he still defends and he acts like if they were losing 1-0. And just to give you guys perspective on just how great Felix has been so far and how effective he has been, in 2023 alone, Dembélé has 3 goals for Barcelona while Joao Félix has 3 goals. They're already tied, and Dembélé left Barcelona a month ago to go to PSG. And so Felix catched up to Dembélé's amount of goals in just about 4 to 5 matches. So here is going to be the total stats for Felix against Antwerp. He played 68 minutes, provided 2 goals, provided 1 assist, had 2 shots on target, 51 touches. His accurate passes rate was 94%, 1 key pass, and 1 of big chance created. So this profiling from Xavi Hernandez is 100%. I did say something on Twitter, and I quote, Joao Félix is really proving his worth. At this rate of performances, Barcelona will seriously consider locking him down on a permanent deal. Felix fits like a glove to Xavi Hernandez's system. And I strongly think that if Felix finished this season with 15 goals and 10 assists, I strongly believe that Barcelona will move forward with Felix and maybe sign him on a permanent deal. I don't know if he's going to be worth 110 million euros or 90 million euros or 80 million euros, but I feel like Joan Laporta will be up for that task to pay that type of money for Joao Félix because of how effective he has been for the club so far and how much of an immediate impact he does have. Now, we saw some moments on Antwerp trying to find that 2-1, but they just couldn't find any opportunities because of Kounde. Kounde just shuts down any attacking opportunity the opposition does have. Kounde has been amazing overall this season for the club, and I just think that, like I've said, he has been overlooked. And I want to shout out Kounde for being such a great center back and making up for the absence of Ronald Araujo. In some way, you can just see that he overwhelms any opposition. Like, the players just look so frustrated knowing that they can't get through Kounde because Kounde wins every ground duel. Now, the only problem that I had after Barcelona scored 3 goals total, right, because the third goal was an own goal, the only problem I had was that they lowered the intensity. I don't know why they relaxed in the final 10 to 15 minutes of the first half. I kind of wanted more. I wanted Barcelona to look for that 4-0, 5-0 and just put the game away really quick. And this is me just like nitpicking these type of problems because I think that when you are so early in the season and you're performing at such a high level, you should still try and critique your own performances and see where can you find those empty areas and how can you improve so you can peak at the right time and perform at your very best once we get into the next year and in the final last 3 months of the season. Right now, it is the time to critique as much as you can. And in that last 10 to 15 minutes of the first half, they lowered their intensity and Barcelona should have wanted more. So we go into the second half, and yes, Barcelona found more. They found the 4th goal. It only took them 9 minutes and Xavi was the one to score the 4th goal. And it was a moment to dissect, right? Because when I saw Xavi like run and he was screaming to the camera, Joao Félix running behind him and all of the players coming in and just hugging each other, it is a true family. This is not even a team anymore. This is a family. And this is what we need. Man City did this correctly last year. They were a family. They were more than just a team. They had each other's backs, and every time a player scored, you can feel that they were all just one. And the same thing is going on for FC Barcelona. Gundogan even said before this match even started, about 2 or 3 hours before the match started, he said that everything that Xavi has been doing at Barcelona reminds him of how it was when he was with Pep Guardiola at Man City for the first 6 to 7 years. There's a lot of similarities in the way that those two coaches teach. And so it was a moment. And we moved on towards the 5th goal, right? Rafinha was able to find that amazing assist to Joao Félix. Rafinha, I know that he has been a player that didn't really stand out in this match, but Rafinha did what he could. I think that when it comes to the left side and all the players that do play on that left side for Barcelona, it's really their moment right now. But with Rafinha being so isolated, I understand why Rafinha couldn't really be that bright light for the club, but he still found a way to introduce himself to this game. He found the assist for Joao Félix, and it was a wonderful cross. Joao Félix scored with a header into the top left corner, and then it was 5-0. Joao Félix finished the game with 2 goals and 1 assist. And I like the fact that Barcelona wanted more. You can feel that Xavi Hernandez told the team to want more, even though they scored 2 goals within a span of 15 to 20 minutes. And so in the second half, after Barcelona found 2 goals and it was 5-0, they continued to attack. As you can see through this graph, their attacking activity only went higher and higher. And so you know that you have a good team when you're already up 5-0 and you have to still introduce Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres, because that is one of the reasons why Barcelona were able to keep their attacking activity bars so high, is because Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres came in with a lot of hunger. And this is what I mean. This is the perfect scenario. This is the reason why I want Barcelona to put out the games as fast as possible. Make it 3-0 or 4-0 before the 45th minute, and then when you go into the second half, about 5 to 10 minutes later, you introduce another set of players. Rotate the squad, bring fresh players in, and have them score even more goals. It's a win-win for everybody, and everybody gets to play. And so when I saw Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres come in, I'm like, okay, the quality of this team, it runs very deep. We have quality substitutions, and that's very important. It will take Barcelona very far this season. And so I just can't wait to see how Pedri and Araujo combines with this type of dynamic that we have. Pedri and Araujo are going to be such superstars once they enter this team. So bravo to Barcelona for doing what they did. 5-0 against Antwerp, 5-0 against Real Betis. Let's see what we can do against Celta Vigo on Saturday. Let's make it 5-0. Let's make it 4-0. Let's score these goals and continue these clean sheet runs. And also thanks to Ter Stegen for blocking like 4 saves, huge saves. It could have been 5-1, but Ter Stegen was there to make the difference and to keep the clean sheets. So my top 3 performers for this match against Antwerp, it is going to be Kounde, Frenkie, and Joao Félix. You guys know why I'm naming Joao Félix, mainly because he scored 2 goals, provided 1 assist, had a very entertaining performance. As for Jules Kounde, also again, you guys know why. Jules Kounde against Antwerp played a total of 90 minutes, 3 clearances, 1 interception, 2 tackles, 0 times he was dribbled past, which is why I did say the opposition were overwhelmed. They just couldn't get through Kounde no matter what they did. As for ground duels won, he won 2 out of the 2 ground duels that he embraced. Aerial duels, 5 out of 6 won. He committed 0 fouls and created 1 big chance. I would also like to shout out Frenkie as being in the top 3 performers because Frenkie de Jong in the first half had a 98% pass completion rate. Let me say that again, 98% pass completion rate. That is world class, and we still live in a world where many do think that Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni are at a higher level than Frenkie de Jong. And you may think that I'm trying to call Camavinga, Tchouaméni, or any of those midfielders bad players. I'm not saying that they're bad players, but no, they're nowhere near as a bad or a mid player. They're great world-class players, but Frenkie de Jong is a step above them. Frenkie de Jong completed 51 out of 52 passes, and including 1 key pass that led towards Joao Félix finding a goal. He also won 100% of his ground duels and 100% of his aerial duels. Frenkie de Jong just continues to improve on top of his previous performances. And he even stated this after the match was over. It's only the first match. We have to show in the next matches, and it's still very early. Which is true. It is only the first match. We cannot just celebrate and say that Barcelona have made it. Let's see what else we can do moving forward in the group stages. The job is not done yet, and our aim is to beat every team in the group stages, whether it's home or away, and especially beat Porto, where they defeated Shakhtar 3-1, and they were away from home. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.